when you're down here just making it through life, sometimes you need a place to rest, to regroup, not only physically, but mentally, spiritually, and financially. And so wherever they are, you can kind of meet that need here.
We're all in agreement that everyone needs to have a sense of hope that they can make change. And that comes from having relationships with people who genuinely care.
If Christ was here, that's what he was doing. When he was on this earth, he was serving people that have felt they failed, showing them that, hey, you know, there's life beyond this. There's people out there that care. And by working here and talking with people and showing them that, hey, I care. We care. We got a whole staff, we got a whole administration that care about you coming up.
They don't have to take the initiative to understand where you're coming from, but they do.
The shelter gave me the foundation, the place, the walls, and the people that would lift me up.
We're all going to, face some type of barrier at some point, whether it's within our control or outside of our control.
Most of the time have exhausted family resources, they have exhausted financial resources, and they have nowhere else to go.
There are a lot of good people in here that things have happened to, that just have nowhere to go.
So yeah, if you're already, going through a lot of struggles and, it's not just yourself that's going through this thing, it's going through homelessness, but you got a 5, a 3, a 2, and a 1-year-old that you're bringing alongside that's going through that struggle with you. It's hard to imagine how to even get out of it, you know what I mean? It's become more and more clear that we need a separate space for families.
Currently, if it's a mom and 2 kids, she shares a room with 3 other single women.
So if it's a single person in their 50s that's struggled with addictions their whole life, if it's people working a 3rd shift or a 2nd shift job next to a parent with 3 kids that needs to nap during the day and all those type of things.
It's challenging for families with kids because kids are up at all hours.
There's a lot of other people and everybody's under stress. So you're not dealing with just your stress, you're dealing with everybody's stress.
So it's better to have people that understand the situation of kids getting upset, kids yelling.
The hope is, that it helps them to feel loved and cared for in a whole different way.
Knowing that you can mold your children behind those walls to know that still outside, that's the outside world. Like, this is our family, this is our home that we build in.
The importance of that is just the fact of having the stability and not needing to rely on other people.
The new shelter is going to have private rooms with their own door, and families will be in their own space. Really creates the space that they need to take those next steps, because to have that stability while they're going through this season and to have all those services that are really targeted for them, to have other people that are staying at the shelter that are all going through that same life phase.
If you bring families together and it's a family-oriented setting, then you know that your children are looking around seeing that it's family. This is what family does.
When you look at what the shelter has done in this 1 square block, and you look at how many community members have been helped, now we're going to have a family shelter where we have a whole nother slew of programming that we can provide for children's, young families.
If you want a healthy community, you have to lift up the lowest among us. And so I think this is a vital organ of our community if we want to have a healthy community life.
This is a meeting ground where those who have can reach those who do not have.
I think as we embark in this exciting new opportunity with the family shelter, I would love for people to really just consider what's the legacy that we're going to be leaving right now. I think that we're in one of those moments where we can look back, and when they're doing the celebration dinner for their 75th or their 100th, they could say 2024 was the moment when the community came together and said, we're going to build something from scratch that is targeted to meet the need of families. So that's our opportunity.